Welcome to class! Hello everybody, my name is Nathan MacArthur, and I think it's time for story time. I am really excited about story time today. I'm going all the way back to one of those old requests from old JC Perez, and trying to incorporate a little bit from Q&A Gaming about stories from school. So I'm going way back, 9th grade even, way back. But before I do, I wanted to let you know, I'm not really feeling like story time today. You know, I'm just kind of having some issues going on. I'm kind of tired, and I thought about that. I was just sitting here in front of the camera waiting to turn it on, and I was just like, man, I don't think I want to do story time today. But then I thought about it, and I thought that's exactly what story time's all about, is having fun. And I remember what I teach my students first couple days of school, talking about how happiness is a choice, and how you can choose to be happy even when you're not. And I tell them a story about when I was a kid, or when anybody's a kid really, and your parents are arguing or they're fighting, and then the doorbell rings, and all of a sudden they go from being super angry at each other or like arguing to all smiles, and they open the door, hey, oh my goodness, you're here, and they're smiling, they're having a good time, and as a kid you're like confused, like, wait, you were just mad and now you're happy? And it seems crazy, but it makes sense when you realize that they're choosing to be happy because of circumstances or because of situations. So we talk about it at my class, where, you know, when you come to my class, no matter what's going on in life, no matter where you're at, we should try and choose to be happy. And that's actually why I start my videos off with welcome to class, because every day at class, right at the very beginning of class, that was like my reminder to the students and to myself that everyone deserves to be happy. And the kids deserve to have a happy teacher, and I deserve to have happy students. And so that little applause thing is just to kind of remind you that it's okay to be happy. Even when you're not happy, you can still kind of put off that happy vibe. And psychologists say that acting happy will result in being happy faster than being sad will result in being happy. So trying to get that happy smile and get that motion going is important. So thank you. You're making my Friday awesome already. It is Friday morning, actually. I forgot to record yesterday. So this is getting my morning going. But anyways, you don't care about psychology or you know, how I teach my students, but you care about the story. So I'm going back to 9th grade, when everyone knows in 9th grade, there's always these kids that want to fight. There's always kids that fight. And to me, I never understood that. I was always very much against fighting unless like absolutely necessary. But we actually had a situation where one kid from our school wanted to fight another kid from another school, and they like hated each other to the core. They just really did not like each other at all. And so they planned, I kid you not, they planned a fight. And I always thought that only happened in movies, you know, like, meet me at the flagpole after school, you know, like, no, these kids actually planned it out, like, a week in advance, like, alright, we're gonna meet at the park at this time, and we're gonna fight, we're gonna do this is gonna happen. And everyone talked about it for the whole week, and everyone's so excited about the big fight. And it happened to be that this kid from my school was, like, best friends with my brother at the time. And so I was, like, kind of in it, I was kind of involved with it. I wouldn't really say that me and the kid were friends. We were kind of like friends by association. But I'm cool with that. He's a pretty cool guy. So day of the fight comes, and we drive out to this park. It's like 9 o'clock at night. It's gone dark, and we get there, and we're waiting for everyone to show up, and the kid shows up. And I'm just like, oh, this is happening. They're actually going to fight. There's no way. And the kid shows up with like this big old giant entourage of people. And then more people from our school show up, and we end up with gotta be like 100 people at this park at night. It was a ton of people there. Okay, maybe not 100, but my brain, I can't remember details. So tons of people were at this park, and we're all circled around these two kids who are gonna fight, you know, and they're getting ready to start. Like, they have a start to a fight, which I don't understand that either, but so they're kind of dancing around each other, and you know, they throw a couple punches, and it starts to go to the ground, where they wrestle to the ground, and we're all watching this like a bunch of, you know, Romans watching gladiators. It was just crazy that we're all watching this. And of course, as soon as they go to the ground, as soon as they start wrestling, that's about the time that you hear the siren, you know, whoop, 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 and the little lights are going off, whoop, whoop. And so I'm like freaking out. The cops are there. I'm just like panic. And that happens to me a lot when I'm not thinking, and then all of a sudden something bad happens, and then I start thinking, and I'm like, why am I here? Why am I at a fight? Why am I doing this? This isn't me. And like the conscience comes back, and you realize that you're an idiot. So I'm looking around at like what I should do, because I've never been in a fight before. I'm looking around like, what do I do? And I'm seeing all the people in the crowd doing this, just throwing stuff. And I'm like, what are they throwing? And I look, and one guy pulls like a lead pipe out of his pants and throws this big old giant lead pipe. And people are throwing knives, and they're throwing bats. And I'm just like here with my two bare hands, like at this fight, completely unprepared for what could have happened. And so I'm just panicking. Like, I can't even breathe. My brother grabs me. He's like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm just like, and he drags me over, and the cops stop us. They put us into little groups. And I'm just sitting there completely stunned. Just like, what are we going to do, Steve? What are we going to do? Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And he's just like, calm down, it's okay, it's okay. And we're sitting there in our little group waiting for the cops to come around to us. And this car drives by and slows down right by our group. And it rolls down the window, like, hey, what's going on here? So my brother gets up to go talk to him, like he knows them, which he doesn't, and just gets up and walks away. And I'm just watching him like, he's going to come back. He's going to come back. It's okay. It's okay. He's just talking to him. Punk gets in the car and drives away with strangers and leaves me there. Like, I watch him get in the car and drive away. I couldn't even comprehend what was happening. Now I'm sitting there alone, and my brother and I worked out this whole thing where, you know, we're from like, you know, Norway, and we've got these funny names, and we're non-common names to our local area. But, you know, just we had this whole thing worked out, and he ditches me, just leaves. And so now I'm left to kind of come up with my own story, and I just panic, and the cop asks me, what's your name? And I tell him my name, and he says, where are you from? And I tell him I'm from here, and I just completely break down and tell him the truth about everything. And I'm so mad at my frickin' brother, I can't even see straight. And so the cop takes all my information, he's like, all right, you can go. And so I'm like, I can go? You're not gonna like handcuff me and take me away to jail? And he's like, no, you were at a park after hours, calm down. And I was like, oh, okay. So I leave to go back to the car, and I get back to the car, and there's my brother sitting on the hood of the car, all cocky, like, yeah, I got out of it. And I just walked up to him, and I wanted to start a fight right there, but I wasn't about to. We just came from a fight with cops, so I wasn't about to start a fight. And he thought he was so cocky for having gotten out of it. And I told him, I was like, Steve, you left me. Grab me, like, you left me. You left me. And he's just, what do you want me to do? The opportunity presented itself. I got in the car. I drove away. I was telling him how stupid he was and could have been kidnapped and all this other stuff. I was just freaking out, getting all that anxiety out, just yelling at my brother. And so I was like, you left. I forgot our story. Like, I just told him the truth about everything. I told him my name. I told him where I live. And he just looked at me. You didn't. You told them the truth. Why would you tell them? And he gets mad at me. I was like, he gets mad at me. How dare you you left me. Why are you mad at me? So he's like, okay, just don't tell mom or dad. We'll just go home, and the cops will probably never call him anyways. It's not a big deal. We'll just go home. And I'm looking at him like, you don't know me very well, do you? I tell my parents the truth. That's how I learned it. I learned it where if you're in trouble and your parents hear about it from you first, you're in less trouble than if they hear about it from the cops like a week later. So Steve's thinking that he's going to get away with it still because we're not going to tell mom and dad. I walk home, walk in that door, beeline straight for wherever mom is. I'm, Mom! And I find her in the laundry room. I go in there and I'm like, Mom, I want to let you know, I went to a park tonight to watch a fight happen, and the fight happened, the cops came, and they took my name and address, and I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. And she was just too much information, like completely stunned, like, wait, what? You went to a fight? Why'd you go to a fight? I was like, because I wanted to see what would happen. And I never want to go back again. People had knives and bats and things, and I was just crazy. I didn't get in any trouble. I'll tell you who did, though. My brother. he got in a lot of trouble. But that's what you get for leaving your little brother at a fight. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyways, that's the story of the big fight in ninth grade. I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor, subscribe by clicking the little circle right there that's got my name on it. I don't know which sides it's on, but yeah, there's a little circle with the little N on it. That's so you can subscribe to my channel and see my videos when they come out every Friday. And then you got more videos to watch. Again, I don't know which side it's on, but it's on one of those sides. And then also, if you could share this with your friends, if you think they enjoy watching somebody tell stories about their life. I don't know. It's kind of fun. So, thank you all for watching, and hello from Alaska.